welcome you in to the Small Ball Podcast alongside Christian and Trevor Maculina. I'm Scott Ayers. Producer Andy, not with us today. Almost per usual at this point, guys. And maybe we'll start the show there. Show topic that we didn't plan. Should we be worried about producer Andy?
This guy is being worked like a dog. He is never available for us.
Yeah.
And the most consistent thing about our podcast is how inconsistent one of us is at the show.
This summer's been who's missing.
For sure. I mean,
that's how we start every single show.
Someone's missing.
Someone's missing.
It's a storyline.
I'm sick of this topic.
Yeah, I mean, it's a storyline of the summer. The NBA season doesn't have much going on. Well, guess what? Here at Small Ball, we do.
I wonder if any of the listeners care. It's like they turn on the podcast, like, oh, this is not a producer Andy episode. You can really tell.
Andy's gone. No. Hey, Andy, what'd you think? It was good. But it is tough, and next month or two, it might be a little crazy just with all the different weddings that we have going on. But you know what? The thing with Small Ball is we persevere.
We do.
We battle back. We fight. And guess what? We've got new merch.
Hey!
Yeah, we do.
Plug it again.
Plug it. We're going to plug our merch once again.
It's 90 degrees out in Phoenix, but we keep our house cool so that we can wear our Small Ball merch.
Absolutely.
Our hoodies.
Absolutely. Yeah. For all the people that are just listening to the pod, all of us are wearing Small Ball hoodies. Yeah, we got hoodies. My favorite thing that we offer, though, and I don't even know if anyone's purchased it yet.
We talked about it last week.
Is the towel. That's
yeah.
Like, I don't think, has anyone even purchased it?
No, not yet.
It has to be.
Maybe it's because we launched it summer's at the end.
Yeah.
If we launched this before summer, people are like, "Oh, pool parties with this towel?
Yeah.
It'd be sick."
I mean, I just want it as my personal bathroom towel.
Yeah, we got a suggestion that it should be the back of my head on the other side of the towel.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
A receding hairline on one, this handsome face on the other.
That's good.
Yeah, but anywho, towels, t-shirts, sweatshirts, we've kind of got it all. I mean, maybe we'll make basketballs at some point. Whoa. Small ball basketball shoes.
Bro, we are on the rise.
We make shoes? That'd be nuts.
That'd be sick.
We all get our signature shoes.
That's sick.
That'd be sick.
No big brand would sign us, but Puma would come along.
Puma. That's not a big brand.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Puma's huge.
I mean, Puma basketball is on the rise.
We're screwed. It's going to be I can't even think of a small shoe brand.
It would definitely be some Chinese brand that no one's ever heard of.
I mean, that's what the Nuggets do.
Yeah, they're 361.
361, Chinese brand.
That's what we make.
I think it's Chinese, is it?
It is. No, you nailed that. No, don't worry. No cultural appropriation, Trevor.
Listen. You got to be careful.
That's what we're doing. We're smart on this show. We're careful.
We are high IQ.
We understand. High IQ show. And guys, 10 days away from preseason basketball. And we had maybe the biggest breaking news of the entire offseason. Woj has retired as a reporter. He stepped down. He's taking a role at St. Bonaventure. I don't necessarily know what to think, so I'm kind of more interested in what you two have to say.
It's just really interesting that he retired because when you think of basketball, breaking news, you automatically think of Woj. Woj bombs have been something that our generation has always looked for, and everyone has their notifications for Woj. Now I'm sure no one has their notification for Woj.
Right.
And I was listening to an episode of the Low Post with Zach Lowe, and he started his show that he recorded last Wednesday, and he was everyone on ESPN was shocked. No one knew that he was retiring or even considering retiring. So it's just so random that he just decided to call it quits and join this St. Bonaventure as a general manager for their men's basketball team. Yeah. I've never even heard of a college having a GM that's in charge of
I heard it's going to be a lot of analytic based.
Okay.
Which might be a good fit for him.
Is he from that area?
That's I think where I went to school.
Yeah, that's where he went to
that
college.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. No more Woj bombs.
Ugh.
The end of an era.
You know, I'm so Woj over Shams.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even say Shams. Shames?
Shams?
Shams.
It's Shams.
Oh, okay. See, I don't even Shams. I'm so Woj. I'm a Woj guy.
Yeah, this is a Woj podcast.
Anti-ESPN pro Woj.
There's gonna be someone that comes up in the ranks.
Yeah,
I don't think Shams is the guy.
He's.
Oh yeah, he even big dog Christian at Summer League. Like he doesn't have that in him.
I literally went up to him, I was like, "Hey, you got any Kings news?" And he just walked right past me.
He's like Bruno Mars height.
Yeah,
He's handsome though.
He's handsome. Very handsome.
He's like chiseled, man. I was shocked.
No, he's a chiseled guy. Hey, he's a good guy. Well, handsome guy. I don't know if he's a good guy. He's handsome.
No, he's not a good guy.
No.
Yeah.
You know who's probably a good guy?
One interaction.
No, I agree. That's all I need to know.
You know who's probably a good guy? Brian Windhorst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have talked to me.
Is he the next up?
I don't know.
I feel like he has his lane in ESPN. It's like the LeBron guy.
Yeah, he is.
He did call that Jazz trade though.
Something's up in
Utah.
Here's what I will say. The breaking news guys, I don't actually really like them all that much. Like, I feel like they sometimes ruin. Like, think of draft night.
Yeah.
Draft night's completely ruined because the breaking news guys want to break the news first. And it's like, there was something about, a pick being made. You're glued to a TV and you're like, holy hell, they just took Kevin Knox, right? You're being blown away by something like that.
Dude.
We don't get that anymore because we get a notification.
A couple minutes before.
Minutes before the pick. It's like, hey, let's respect the viewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
The NBA drafts in general, I guess, are just literally ruined by the breaking news guys. And there's something special about the draft. You hear the jingle and then you hear the player get drafted. Like, that was always that, like, shocking, like, no way.
Yeah.
My team just drafted Marvin Bagley over Luka Doncic. That's insane. Like, we're not going to get that anymore.
No.
Cause
I feel like they were tweeting it even back in that draft.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I think they were.
But I didn't have Twitter at that point.
Yeah. True, yeah.
There's just something about, like, that shock. And so there's some definitely benefits of, like, oh, a trade just happened. But also, I'm like, maybe there's something about you turn on the TV and you're like, oh, my gosh, there's a 4-team trade, and we just got LeBron James.
Yeah.
I don't know. It won't change. ESPN will hire someone that will not be nearly as good as Woj. It'll just be a mid-off.
I also love that Woj is anti-LeBron.
Yeah. Which is wild because it's like ESPN LA based. LeBron plays for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Biggest athlete of our generation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Potentially ever. And he's like, nah, I don't like him.
He's not Woj's guy.
He's not.
Yeah, Woj is one of one.
Maybe Woj like doesn't like Rich Paul. Maybe that's
probably what it is.
the feud. Because isn't like Rich Paul like a Shams guy? Like, because Rich Paul, like, he has a lot of NBA players under his, Rolodex of players that he oversees. And so I feel like Shams is always breaking clutch points or clutch clients.
Clutch points.
Clutch points. Not clutch points. Clutch clients all the time.
It would be awesome, though, if it was clutch points.
Clutch points.
They had clients. They just have really clickbait articles.
Yeah.
And this is obviously for our listeners, but, like, you'll see clutch points, and half the stuff they post is never true.
Some of their thumbnails are outrageous. Outrageous.
It'll be Kyle Lowry, and it will be the biggest butt you've ever seen in your life. It's like, is Kyle Lowry done? And it's just this dump truck.
Has nothing to do with the video. Yeah. What is going on?
The article's like 3 sentences.
Yeah.
Like an article written by a high school kid.
Yeah, dude.
I love
Who
clutch
is
points.
working at Clutch Points?
I love clutch points.
What is happening? I've seen one of Klay Thompson. They cropped his head onto like some male, like Abercrombie shirtless dude in jeans. It's insane.
We're so destined to be a clutch point podcast.
I bet you they don't even have a podcast. We're
We'd be there first.
The official podcast.
We gotta get on clutch points. It's a match made in heaven. They see the towels like, holy shit, we love these guys. Our tape reel is just Andy clips.
Could you imagine if they started making thumbnails for us, though?
Oh my
They go crazy.
We would be bigger than Mr. Beast.
We'd be huge.
We'd be huge.
That's how we get our shoe line with Puma.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my gosh. Well, 10 days away from preseason. The Netflix show, 5 days away. I don't know about you guys. I guess I don't feel excited yet to watch it. Maybe I need to rewatch the trailer, but I hear about it. I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. I don't know if I'm going to plan to watch it.
The only reason why I'm going to watch it is because Domantas Sabonis is on it, and I feel like
For what's the show for those who don't know?
okay, so there's a
Nice.
show. It's called Starting Five. It is basically featuring 5 NBA players. It's similar to the NFL did it. Quarterback. Yep. And so it's Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, LeBron James, Jimmy Butler, and Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be interesting to see their lifestyles because, one, you have Anthony Edwards, who is going to be probably pretty wild.
Yeah.
And then
Send a pic.
Yeah.
Send a pic.
And then on the complete other spectrum, you have Domantas Sabonis, who is probably like that Kirk Cousins kind of feel guy of oh, he's just a family man. Doesn't really do much but play basketball and hang out with his kids.
I thought the casting for this was awesome.
Oh, dude, these personalities are awesome.
Awesome. If this is your first look at the NBA,
Yeah.
this is going to be a ton of fun for you. Even I know Sabonis kind of got clowned just because it's the 4 other names, but I think it's actually awesome that we're getting Sabonis in this.
I mean, it could have been anyone. As a Kings fan, I'm excited, but it could have been anyone that's just your typical, a normal guy that made it to the NBA. He's not living this lifestyle.
For sure.
He's a husband, has a kid. And a lot of first-time viewers are going to be like, oh, I like this guy. He's just normal.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
He's just like me, for real.
For real.
It totally changes your perspective of every NBA player because they all live different lives.
Yeah, they're all different. And the personalities that they brought in for this show, they did a great job, like you said. I'm excited. I love the quarterback show. I'm not even – NFL is my second league that I watch, but I don't really even watch that. I mean, the NBA, I just don't have time to watch any other sport the way I watch the NBA.
Yeah.
And even for me, the quarterback show was so interesting to see these athletes behind the scenes, to see, these great seasons for them. In the quarterback show, I don't know if Mahomes won that year, though the year that they documented him. But this season for the NBA, they're following Jason Tatum, who wins the championship.
Right.
So they lucked out that they followed a dude that won the NBA championship. We're going to get behind the scenes of what that looks like. That's exciting.
Here's what I will say about Netflix, too.
Yeah.
Some of the original shows are total flops. We don't need to get into that, even though we are, a multimedia podcast. We could talk shows if we want to.
We're big in Korea.
We're big in Korea, dude. But I will say they have done such a great job of just capturing these stories of different athletes. We saw it with football. We've seen it with golf. We've seen it with Formula One.
Yeah.
And if anything, this is an awesome idea by the NBA because it should just lead to more popularity and fandom for your sport.
Absolutely.
And you're going to have these people probably clamoring for already. Anthony Edwards, who's already loved, probably becomes even more loved after a show like this.
There's going to be a lot of memeable moments.
Oh, my God.
There's going to be
sure.
smack talk, I bet.
I feel like Jason Tatum's just going to get torn up because he's already kind of a meme and people make fun of him all the time. And he's going to be a little corny on his clips. But
he's going to be super corny, but he's going to win the championship.
yeah,
dude.
and Jason Tatum's a good dude.
He is.
He's such a good dude.
He's so cool and kind of what he stands for and all that stuff. And it's just but we just know that he's going to be the corniest out of all of them.
I saw a video that Overtime, I think, put out on following some of the Jordan Brand athletes. After the Olympics, they went to China and they were doing a circuit of street ball and selling shoes or something. But it was cool because each of the players' personalities, it was Paolo, Jason Tatum, Zion, and Luka Doncic.
Nice. Wow.
And of those 4 guys, it was people started. I saw some of the comments saying what we're saying about Jason Tatum. Man, this guy gets clowned, but he's a good dude. He's kind of corny, but it's hard to hate on him.
Right.
And then you got Zion, who was like the star of the video. Everyone's like, this guy's just a good dude. He loves basketball. He's out there in the street ball games. Everyone else is kind of going light. Zion's like throwing down. He's having fun.
Yeah. Dude, that's great.
Paolo was super chill, and Luka was just like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny to see everyone just like, and that's Luka. He doesn't want to be famous. He's like, it's the Jokic effect.
Right. For sure.
So
yeah.
it's cool.
What's funny too is I bet if Luka's with like some of those other Eastern European players like Bogdanovic, like Jokic, I'm sure he's probably a little bit more loosened up. But
he's having fun.
That would be a wild show. Just like a starting five, but it's like all the Eastern Europeans.
Dude, that would be awesome. But yeah, I think this is a great starting point. I'm sure it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. And it's going to be interesting to see what other players they end up following, because this isn't going to be like a one-time thing. Like, they're probably going to make multiple seasons of this.
Right.
And especially if it's popular, I think that's what we all want. So I'm excited. I know I said I don't know if I'm going to watch it. I just think I'm not in basketball mindset yet of like, hey, football season's here. But, man, I'm going to probably watch it. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, guys, in one league, no, it's the offseason. And another, though, it's the WNBA playoffs. It's here. We're a WNBA show, guys.
Yeah, we chat about it.
We chat about it. Caitlin Clark, unanimous Rookie of the Year. Congrats, Caitlin. And her Fever got absolutely smoked first game of the playoffs. But I think it's important really quickly to note how positive an impact Caitlin Clark has had on the game, especially in the WNBA. Christian, you have a pretty wild stat on kind of what she's been able to bring to the table for the WNBA.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of people are talking about the WNBA. I mean, also the fact that, this team was the worst team in the WNBA last year, and then now they're in the playoffs. Like, that's a pretty awesome turnaround for any league to be a bad team and then the next year make a playoffs because of your rookie. So there's this crazy stat that Legion Hoops posted on Twitter, and it said it costs more to attend Caitlin Clark's first playoff game on this past Sunday than it costs to attend every 2023 WNBA Finals game combined.
That's unbelievable.
That's insane.
That's insane. Like, the finals game is the apex of the season. That's when tickets prices are the highest. And the fact that it costs more to go to her first ever playoff game than going to the entire WNBA finals is absolutely wild.
A game in which they lost by 30 points. Like, they are severe, like, they're heavy underdogs. There's not much expectation for them to win, but it's just the idea of, like, well, hey, I get to watch maybe a potential future GOAT of the sport.
That's the Caitlin Clark effect.
Yeah.
People are showing up because they think maybe she can get some, I don't know what they're calling it, but Caitlin magic.
Yeah,
like, is she gonna turn
needs
up
some sort of cool tag?
We need to TM that.
And maybe it's already out there, we're just unaware of it. But Caitlin magic.
Yeah.
Is it gonna happen?
Magic.
Magic. There's got to be a better one.
Has to be. But it's incredible. And I will say, it's gotten to the WNBA to a point where it's like, oh, this is kind of viewed as other sports, like fake outrage over things that don't matter. Angel Reese got a single fourth place vote, and I saw it like tweets with thousands of likes being like, oh, this is a great disservice to the league, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, if this happened 2 years ago where a player got a fourth place vote that didn't deserve it, there would not be a single word about it.
We wouldn't even know about it.
We wouldn't know about it.
Right.
If the WNBA is at a point now where it's like, can you believe Angel Reese got a fourth place vote for MVP? If that's not league growth, I don't know what is.
And what's awesome too is that the WNBA is expanding.
Yeah.
They're adding teams next summer. And so it's like, it's cool that like we're literally seeing the evolution of the WNBA and seeing how it's eventually going to be a solid league. I mean, like it's still pretty young of a league, and leagues take time to develop, and It's not like the NBA, like players back in the 80s and 90s were making what they're making now. Like it just like took time. And as the sport got more and more popular, that's where more money comes into play and all that stuff. So eventually the WNBA could be a pretty awesome league, and there's going to be a lot of good players.
Yeah, 100%. You mentioned a player, though, earlier, Scott.
I did.
Should we talk about it?
Let's talk about it because, guys, Angel Reese is single. No. I know you're listening at home. You're like, what? The Small Ball Podcast? No, not us. We're not interested because we're all taken men. We're all happy men. But this segment is dedicated to trying to find the right boo thing for Angel Reese because she has some requirements, guys.
What did she say?
I believe she said she's looking for someone.
She was on a podcast.
Yeah, she said they need to be at least 6'7". Is that right, Christian?
Yeah, 6'7".
And we figured it was only right that not only are they 6'7", athletic, but also an NBA player.
She said that.
She said that. She
said
wants
that,
it
not-
to be an NBA player.
Not our words; those are her words.
Wow.
So, does someone want to start?
I mean, us three collectively, we know a lot about the NBA.
For sure.
And so with that being said, we know a lot about what players are 6'7" and above.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
There's a
that
ton.
That means there's a lot of good eligible bachelors.
Yep.
If she's on Hinge right now, I mean, she could swipe for days of just NBA players and see a lot of 6'7".
I like that.
Absolutely. And so we all kind of came up with some ideas. We'll just kind of all start with one, but if we have more, we'll share it. So when I was thinking about a potential suitor for Angel Reese, I was thinking, okay, she lives in Chicago Sky. Maybe we can go with a Chicago Bull, hometown. They live in the same area. They don't have to worry about long distance, all that stuff. So looking at the roster, I was looking at who's 6'7" and above, and I thought to myself, there's two guys on that team that I would really like to see Angel Reese with.
Okay.
But the first guy, newly acquired, Josh Giddey.
Wow.
No.
I think Josh Giddey is in the perfect position to change the narrative around his name.
I like that.
And
It's
so
a
what
narrative
better way
shift.
I hate it.
is Angel Reese? I'm
Nope.
thinking, think about this. Think of LaFonda and Kip from Napoleon Dynamite. That was a dynamic duo.
Sure.
That was a good couple, and that's where I see Josh Giddey and Angel Reese being that kind of couple.
I hate it.
I like that a lot.
I hate it.
Okay. Trevor?
You're saving yourself for last?
Oh, no, I can go. I have two players from a certain team.
Pick one.
I'll pick one here. Well, actually, I just saw another. Let me make sure he's tall enough. I was looking at a team down south, a team in San Antonio where I'm going to do the name that I just saw because I was originally going to do Jeremy Sohan,
Okay.
6'8", maybe not the most accurate in terms of as a shooter.
Okay.
Angel Reese might not be the most accurate shooter.
Got a lot in common.
They got a lot in common, both athletic, both talented at the sport of basketball. But she needs someone who's dependable.
Yeah.
Someone she can trust on.
Yep.
Lean on. Someone she can trust.
No way.
I think she needs to get together with a vet. It needs to be Harrison Barnes.
No, I knew you were going to say that. No way.
He's married.
He's married.
What?
He's very loyal.
He's married.
He would have been
married.
He would have
He's
been
married.
so perfect.
He's married.
He'd be so loyal to her. How was I supposed to know? It doesn't say in his bio married. This is basketball player, 6'8", San Antonio Spurs.
That's a good pick,
It's
though.
a great pick.
She would love Harrison.
No, she wouldn't. She'd be so bored of him.
No, Harrison would be a good influence. on
Okay,
her.
No.
if not, Jeremy Sohan, I think would be weird enough she'd be into it.
Yeah,
I
that's
can
a
see
better
that.
pick for sure.
Okay.
His pick sucked. Josh Giddey, dude.
Dude,
they
yeah.
are not compatible. No.
I didn't say they would be good to get like compatible, but
Well, that's the whole point of this. You got last.
They'd
That's the whole
be an interesting couple, though. Don't get me wrong. They'd
Why are
be
you
pretty
all excited about this?
Dude, think about it. Josh
No.
Giddey.
The
Angel
potential's endless.
Okay. So you say Josh Giddey. You say Harrison Barnes, who's married.
AKA Jeremy Sohan.
Okay, Jeremy
I changed
Sohan.
it.
That's a better answer.
Okay.
I got the answer, you guys. I got the answer. This is a guy who's, he's 7 foot. He's going to be plenty big for her. And he just signed a big contract. He's got lots of money.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like I've seen podcast interviews. I feel like
he's a dog.
I feel like he's a dog, and they would get along. I think they're compatible. Isaiah Hartenstein,
I'm pretty sure he's married too. Go ahead.
Angel Reese, and Isaiah Hartenstein. I feel like I said my reasons. React to it as I look up if he's married.
Look up if he's married. I saw his phone and saw that name.
It's genius.
It was absolutely blown away. It's completely genius because it's not someone who you'd expect. We'd expect Angel Reese to be with like the LeBrons of the world, but truth be told, it's gonna be the Hartensteins of the world, and that's a perfect answer.
Thank you.
I don't know why you diss my Josh Giddey take and then decide to go with Isaiah Hartenstein.
Why would we try to set up Angel Reese with the guy who was accused of like minor stuff and like
The girl lied to him. That's not his fault, man.
and Josh Giddey's like personality? Like I just feel like he's not
He's
gonna
Australian. Hello, mate.
He's not gonna vibe with the Angel Reese. I'm thinking like Isaiah Hartenstein would vibe with an Angel Reese, bro. Have you seen him?
yeah, no, I've seen him. I've definitely seen him.
And he's bigger.
What does that have to do with-
She wants someone that's big. That's one of her
She said
requirements.
6'7". Josh Giddey's like 6'8".
Josh Giddey could be big.
Do you think Josh Giddey's a good answer?
compared to Isaiah Hartenstein.
Which one's better?
I'm between a rock and a hard
No,
place.
you're not. You know the answer. Stop political, Scott. Stop living your life on the fence.
Hartenstein or Giddey?
Josh Giddey's at least her age. Josh Giddey's at
Hello,
least
you
the
want
same
some
age.
crumpet?
She needs.
That's British. That's not even Australia.
How old is Angel Reese? 23?
Hello,
She's got
governor.
to be like close to
Bro, she's older than Josh Giddey.
by a year.
Isaiah Hartenstein's 3 years older than her.
Robbing the cradle.
Oh, jeez.
What about Victor Wembanyama?
No.
What about him? Why are you trying to set her up with the spur?
Yeah,
What's in it for you?
I don't know. I just
Ooh, wait! I just thought of a good one.
Vassell.
All right, because Hartenstein is married for the record.
Okay, do someone else.
Zach Collins.
Oh, she
Zach.
is a Zach Collins girly.
Yes, dude. Right? I could see them walking into like
For sure.
a restaurant together.
I
Holding
could
hands.
see her going with Zach Collins because that's one of the NBA players that I think, realistically speaking, she could be more famous than.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of NBA players that are going to be more famous than her. Zach Collins, she could be more famous than. I think she likes that.
I think.
I feel like
that
she's
too.
definitely more famous than Zach Collins.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think so. I would agree with that.
You want to hear my other candidate?
I
Yeah.
do.
Scotty Barnes.
Ooh, that's way better than Giddey.
Whoa,
That's good.
Did you hear the Scotty Barnes drama?
No.
What?
Saw this today. Was dating a girl. She went to like grad school or whatever. Broke up with her because he got another girl pregnant.
Whoa.
You like that?
I don't like it.
That's
but
my TMZ
nuts.
report. Yeah,
Wow.
That's sick, dude.
that was sick. So, what about MPJ?
I thought
Angel
about
Reese.
MPJ,
I did
but
too.
then I was like, he's too handsome.
He's so handsome.
What, is Angel Reese not beautiful?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that
Like,
MPJ's so handsome that he's
Yeah.
like, I'm never gonna be tied down.
Gosh,
His
yeah,
skill of
that's fair. That's
handsomeness.
fair.
Yeah, those kind of guys can't get tied down.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
What about we've talked about him just now. What about Jason Tatum? Give Deuce a mom. Although I'm sure I think the mom is in the picture, but stepmom.
Yeah, let's get Deuce a stepmommy.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
You know, there's a couple players too that didn't meet the requirement, but I really wanted to.
Torrey Craig.
No,
Okay.
not Torrey Craig. John Morant,
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards. Those
Yeah.
two right there with Angel Reese.
Ant would be
Why?
insane.
That would be wild.
Jamal Murray.
Why
Not-
would that one be insane?
Yeah, wait, actually, no, that's not one. Not as wild as Ant and Ja.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You just wanted to say
You just
nugget.
wanted them all.
I just want Jamal with someone make him happy. Because him and his girlfriend broke up.
What? Really?
What girlfriend?
She played Kentucky volleyball.
Why have I heard of her?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, move on. Wait, this is the last segment, though. I don't know where to move on to.
All right, NBA preseason, just so you guys know, 11 days. All right, we're getting ready for it. We're excited.
Yeah. Get ready.
Talking preseason.
We finally made it.
NBA season's right around the corner.
Thank
you guys.
goodness. Oh, I've missed it.
Just get ready.
I've missed this TV in our living room being on, and it's just like
Thank
Rockets versus Charlotte
Thank you.
on at 4 p.m.
I've been thinking about that this last week. I'm like, wait, when basketball's around, I'm way more entertained.
100%.
We would have issues with our roommates because it'd be Monday Night Football, and I'd see LaMelo Ball on our screen.
So true.
It's so good. We're right around the corner, guys. It's exciting, but I think this is a good place to end on.
Yep.
We touched on a lot.
You did. Good episode.
Great episode. So for producer Andy, who's no longer with us for this episode, Trevor Micklin, Christian Ennis, I'm Scott Ayers saying so long for now. We will see you next week.
Giddy, giddy, giddy.